morning and welcome to another Monday morning art talk. So before we get started today, I thought what would just be a nice idea, and if I can remember, my memory's not so great, but if I can remember, we could just start doing this. But whatever you're doing right now, I just want you to grab a piece of pencil, a piece of paper and a pencil, or if you can write on your computer, if you're on your screen right now, just to take the 5 seconds just to write some stuff down. And I thought, what's important is about being grateful just for the things that you have. And as we dealing with whatever we're going through in our lives, some things better than others. As we know, we all have our days. Just writing down just the simple things. So start small. So starting what you're grateful for. So I'm just going to do it right here with you. So, number one for me is what I'm grateful for this morning is just waking up. All right. So I'm going to write waking up. And, and that's going to transition from that. You know what I'm grateful for? I'm grateful for taking a piss. Because just to be able to get up in the morning and have all my functions, work is a pretty good thing. Let's see what else I'm grateful for today. And it's going to be daily basis. I'm grateful for taking my kids to school. I took my kids to school this morning and they weren't upset at me, which is always good. Take kids to school. Let's see what else. I'm grateful that I get to do this art talk right now. So that's cool. I'm doing my little art talk right now. And let's see, what else am I grateful for today that I'm thinking about? I'm grateful for the nice hot cup of coffee, that I was able to have a nice hot cup of coffee this morning. So I'm going to put that down. All right, 5 simple things. You could go on and on, but it's those little things because I think we get caught up so much all the time of wanting so much more and wanting these other things and thinking that we don't have enough and we're not going to be happy until we get this other thing. And I think the reality is it's just these small little moments that you go, thank God. Because what about the people on the planet right now that aren't waking up this morning, that don't even get to have a hot cup of coffee, can't even boil a hot cup of water, or the people who don't get to see their kids if they have kids, whatever it may be. It's those little moments that if you can recall those things, then you go, life is good. Life's not so bad. Yeah, I got my goals and things that I want to set, but, things are pretty good. So I want you just to think about that. And what I want to talk to you today about is, I think a fear that we all have, a fear that I had, and I want to tell you about it. But again, the realization of it is what gets you through anything. Once you become aware of any sort of these dilemmas you're having, because again, we're not robots, as we start to think these thoughts, if we become aware that, okay, let's snap it back, let's get into gear here, let's get this going and make things happen, you realize you can overcome these certain fears. So I think a great fear that people have is the fear of disappointing other people. Disappointing, again, just relatives, parents, friends, associates, you name it. It's just that fear, like if I don't do this, or you're hesitant. You may be in a work environment, it's just like that things need to be done, but you're just like, oh, man, I just don't want to say anything, I don't want to do anything, because what if it upsets them? And you start to create that, so this becomes that fear of upsetting someone. Or it could be, again, there could be so many different scenarios. So I just want to just tell you a little bit about mine. But before I get that, what I want to say is sometimes the reality is, unfortunately, you're going to disappoint people. It's just what's going to happen. People are going to be upset with decisions you make. You're going to be involved in certain situations wherever you may be, and not everything's going to come through as planned. It just doesn't. Things happen. I think it's about just letting go and being open to that, and for you just to know that if you do it to other people, right? So you let people down all the time. You just like feel bad about it, right? Like, oh man, I'm letting them down. But people have to do the same to you, and you realize, okay, you know what? This is human nature. This is what it's all about. So I just got to let it go. And I think when you're just more open to that and not feeling that you can't save everyone, you can't help everyone, even though you be a very compassionate person, and that's what you want to try to do, is save everyone and help everyone, you just can't do it. So, it's just like, it is what it is. But so what my situation that I just kind of want to tell you about, when I was thinking about just the other day, I said, Many of you guys know that my giant 4,500 square foot school warehouse, I'm no longer operating that because my lease ran out and my landlord wanted to raise my rent a lot, and he wouldn't put in air conditioning and heat, and I needed air conditioning and heat, and I needed a place where people can grab food because it was a warehouse. There was no place to walk around there, and for any of you that went there, it's kind of like it was a little hard to find. So I decided once that my landlord gave me those situation scenarios, he made my decision for me, like, great, I'm out of here. And I was thinking about a year and a half into it that I want to look for another place. So then I just started looking for another place, another location, trying to find that. And I was dealing with some other landlord issues before I even got in. I'm like, uh-oh, so you got to go with your gut. Remember, you're being a rut. So I was going with my gut, and I'm just like, uh-oh. And then in the interim, as I've been looking for another space, I started doing my home studio, where I got a beautiful studio downstairs, which I converted into a classroom, and I'm just taking 5 students. And as I'm doing that, I'm loving it. And the students are loving it, and it's so personal and so intimate, and there's so much more one-on-one time. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm kind of just digging this right now. So I'm doing that. But here's the disappointment part, where I was thinking in my mind, as was starting to look for this other place and wrapping up on this other place, where I was thinking, my greatest disappointment was I want to have a place for people. Oh, what are people gonna, in my mind, what are people gonna do? I know people were enjoying coming here for the figure drawing classes, and that was a big thing, the uninstructed figure drawing. And my disappointment was like, I'm not going to have a place for people to come to. That it was so cool, and I'm not going to have a place to do these events which were just kind of fun events, and let other people come and be a part of it and expand and build upon that. And so my disappointment was, man, I'm disappointed. I feel like I was letting people down, and I'm letting people down in that sense. And then I started to realize, yeah, I am. In that way, because there was some fun stuff going on there. But I realized, again, I can't help everyone, and I got to do things for me too. I can't do things in life just to serve everyone else. I think part of life is definitely what's rewarding is when you do serve other people and when you do make other people happy. Because I found that's what gives me my true joy and my true happiness is when I can do that. But I realized too, I can't do it for everyone, and I gotta let go. So that was this big sort of fear of disappointment when I was getting to that end of that road on that specific place, knowing, yeah, I've done it once, I can do it again if that's the route that I want to go, and I want to build a bigger place, and I still kind of do. But I really know that I gotta do it for me as well, and those are gonna be those disappointments that you have. There's the disappointments of, letting your kids down, like I said, letting your spouse down, letting whoever it may be down. For my kid who might want something so bad, and I'm not able to, I don't feel it's the best choice for him, to get that. Or right now, let's not do that. Let's wait. And you're going to go through those disappointments your whole entire life. So as I become more aware of these disappointments, and it's no longer, I said, I started off with a fear because I know it is a real great fear for a lot of people. And that's why people won't stand up, and they won't speak up, and they won't ask for things that they really want because they're afraid of that disappointment. And it may be even just, you've made a commitment to someone that you're going to go meet them somewhere, and you go in there, you have every intention and then something happens for whatever reason, and that disappointment may be even like, oh man, I really can't go, and I really got to do this, and I really got to take care of this. But you may end up going to this thing anyway, just because the fear of just letting someone know, you know what, unfortunately, something happened, I can't do it, can we arrange it? Can we set up for another time? Can we do something? That's just going to be part of the life and the course that you're going to go through. And again, having that sort of awareness of that will maybe help you break through that. No, we're all going through the same thing. We're all human. We're all going through this. There's no one that's better than anyone else in this situation. We're all the same. It's just how you balance it and how much resentment you might hold within yourself. Something you just got to let it go and not hold in that anger that you may have towards those other people, because really it doesn't, it's almost sometimes not even fair, so don't have that sort of hatred that you may even be having towards people out there, because there's no point, and you want to let any of that sort of anger go. You want to let the fear go, and you got to just focus on what's best for you. At the end of the day, what is best for you? Because no one's looking out for you except you. No one, okay? Even though people are out there and they love you and they want to take care of you and they want to help you, but no one's really looking out for you as much as you, and you got to be the one who's in charge. You got to be the one who's in control. You're the one who has to take initiative. You're the one who has to go out there and do it. And just while I'm going on about this, a thought that went in my head was just something I was telling someone yesterday was, they're telling me just about how much they hate their job, and the job is just brutal and miserable, and they really want to do this other thing on the side. And I sort of broke it into things like this. You got to think about it. If you're on a sinking ship and you're on that ship, don't jump off of that boat until the lifeboat comes to save you. Okay, and that's the bottom line, is you don't want to be quitting your job before you have something else lined up and get you going. That way, that lifeboat is going to take you to the destination you need to go in order to be safe, which is the exact same concept of that lifeboat for your own life, is going to take you to that place which is going to give you that temporary place of that safety net for a little bit. Okay, but again, you're not always going to be. You're always going to be on the march. You're always going to be going on. And why I say a little bit? Because think about that safety boat that takes you to shore, to get you dried off, gets you cleaned up, gets you fed. That's not your final destination. We don't have a final destination. We're on this constant journey. But don't jump the ship before you have that rescue boat to sort of help you out. And that's what you want to do. Just do what you can. Make those mayday calls. Call out. Throw up the flares in the sky. Do whatever you can just to bring awareness. Let people know what it is about your help that you need, that this other job that you want, this thing you want to do. Put it out there. And when the time is right, it's going to be right. And you got to rely on that. And you got to believe in that more than anything else. All right. That's it. Have a great one. Thanks so much for watching. I'm accepting applications right now. Classes are almost getting full for my student program. So check it out. All right. Take care. And I'll talk to you guys next week. Take care. And write those goals down. Hello, this is Steven, and I just wanted to tell you about this cool thing that I'm doing right now through my website at silvertunes.com. It's a Skype mentorship. In a sense, what I want to do is just talk to you, meet you, tell me about things that are happening in your life, see if there's anything that I could do to help you. I can look over your artwork, do your portfolio, and just maybe try to push you in the right direction that you want to take your life and your journey. All right, so you can go to silvertunes.com, go to classes, click on mentorship, and you can learn all about it. We can try to arrange a time, set up a date. It doesn't matter where you live in the world. And I just wanted to make it just very affordable, just to open it up, because I love doing this. I love meeting people from all over the planet. It's a really cool thing. And with this technology, why not? So that's it. Thanks. Whoa. Hey. Go back. Go back. Go back. Great. Go back. Go back.